guys, this is Kelsey.
And I'm Mike.
And welcome to Ask a Pan on Sundays. So today we came outside because this week's topic is coming out stories. So we did some nice reenactments for you guys of our own coming out stories with our families. The first person I came out to in my family was my mother. So here's our reenactment. Mike is being my mom in this lovely reenactment. So
we worked really hard on the costume.
All right, so here we go. Mom, I have to talk to you about something.
Oh my God, you're pregnant.
No, I'm not pregnant.
What is it?
Well, I've figured out that I identify myself as a pansexual, which means that I am attracted to people regardless of their gender.
So you're bisexual?
No, I'm not bisexual, they're different.
You're not gonna be able to have any children. You are my only hope for grandchildren.
I can still be with a guy.
How are you gonna deal with society?
I've already been dealing with society.
How am I gonna tell my friends about this? Oh.
Why are you making this all about you right now? So, fun.
So that was Kelsey's mom.
Actually, he does a pretty good reenactment of my mom. No lie. She's pretty dramatic. But happy to say she does not have those same views now. But I think one of the hardest things with her was just the misunderstanding of things.
So my father had a similar reaction that Kelsey's mother had. And this was in 9th grade, so this is like 10 years ago. I'm old. And then I identified as bisexual, because if you watched last week's video, pansexuality is something that I've just recently come to identify myself as within the last month or so. Wow, that was a really good movie.
Yeah, so Mike, have you come to any conclusions?
Conclusions about what exactly?
Well, before you were mentioning that you were having questions about your sexuality.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm bisexual.
So Mike, which are you today?
You know, it's not your fault or anything. It's just a chemical imbalance, you know, it's science.
Well, do you think that you could get some sort of chemical injection to balance your imbalance?
No.
So Mike, do you think you might like other boys because you like to touch yourself?
Oh man, going back in time is fun.
Such a blast.
My father obviously didn't understand a lot of things about sexuality in general, but he has come leaps and bounds. It's been very challenging for him and for me to cope with this new thing.
Right after I told my mom, I went downstairs and told my dad, who was sleeping. So we're gonna go to that scenario reenacted right now. Dad.
What?
I have to tell you something. So, I just told Mom I identify as pansexual.
Kels, why are you telling me this? I mean, your brother didn't come out to me as straight.
First off, I would like to state that we don't have the same dad. We just had only one actor. So That was my boyfriend, Brian. So my dad had probably the best reaction ever. It was it was just so nonchalant. I'm very, very happy that how accepting he was and how contrasted it was with my mom.
Those of you who haven't been liberated yet by coming out, I just want to let you know that lying to yourself is the worst feeling. Lying to others, just lying in general, not being truthful, not being honest, causes so much more stress and hardship. And it's important that you are who you are, and who you are is beautiful, and you should be honest to yourself, and you should be honest to the people that are around you. My parents, for years after I came out to them, they didn't want me to tell their parents, so none of my 4 grandparents knew. And I just got so fed up one day of them trying to tell me that I can't tell my grandmother the truth, that I just went behind their back, called my grandmother, and I was just like, I'm seeing a man, and I've been seeing a man for a couple of years now, and it's really important to me that you know that that's what's happening. And I'm sorry that we left you in the dark for so long. And she was totally okay with it.
My grandpa comes from a very, very different generation, a different area. He lives, more in the South, and it's a different culture. And I'm okay that he was raised a different way, and I don't want me coming out being something that is trying to radically change that opinion, because he's an old man and he is very stubborn in his ways. As long as you've come out to yourself and you've accepted yourself, that's the most important thing, is really accepting who you are. And other people will come later on.